I would like to show you the contents of the needle book kits that we sell at Sew for Service. The link is in the description box below. We have several kits available right now through our Etsy shop at Sew for Service. What I'm showing you is an example of what you can make with the kit that you get. The kit does not come with any instructions. That's left up to you to decide how you want to use the fabrics and the accessories that come with it, to decide how you want to make your needle book, or if you just want to use it for your next slow stitch project. So I did some basic embroidery and fabric collage to make this cover of this needle book. It includes some lace after I sewed the pages inside to cover up those stitches. I have some fabric labels that I made with some twill tape and stamps and ink. I have a little charm here of beads hanging off a garment pin. And I've just added some vintage pieces to the cover and just did a collage. And I did a blanket stitch all around. So now let's take a look inside the book. In my book, I added a wool flap here, and I sewed on some vintage mother of pearl buttons and a brand new one and a little hexie. I have a fabric yo-yo here. Behind that is a pocket, so that pocket can hold extra needle packs, threads. You could even put some scissors in this pocket if you like. Then we have our first page. I've added, this was added separately from the rest of the book, but I have a place for my chenille needles on this wool. Again, I've made these tags for myself. On this back side, I have the embroidery needles, tapestry needles. I have some pins going down the side should I need pins when I'm sewing. Just have a little lace decoration. I have a little mesh tulle. I get that this is called tulle for a thread. So if I'm working on a project, I could put the thread in there. I wanted to show you how large it was. And then a little place for milliner's needles, another little pocket here with just a fabric yo-yo for inspiration. And then another little half flip page to add some more needles, some sharps. You could put pins in here as well. On the back, you could sew a button to hold your scissors like that, or you could sew a little loop with a pin, and you could clip your scissors in with the pin like that. So this makes a perfect little project for a beginner slow stitcher or somebody new to sewing. You can make the cover as elaborate as you want, or it can be very simple. I also would like to show you some examples of some other needle books. So I found these needle books today at Sew for Service. They've been donated over time, and somebody pulled them aside for me to use and some classes. But I'd like to just share that needle books can be this size, which is I think this is a 4x6, or they can be this small. And this one is just some charms, I think these are buttons just sewn on, and then a couple little felt pages, and that will do the trick as well to hold your needles. This was one that's put out by Moda. I'm sure this is kind of old. I have no idea how old this is, but it's a little needle book. Again, just some felt and canvas that's pre-printed. This looks like it was machine stitched. This one looks hand stitched. So no, this is machine. Sorry about that. This is machine stitched. You can see they've given a little spine, hold their pages in. And so that's how that's all put together. Then there's this one, and I'm not sure where this came from, but it's got a star. It says Lincoln 309, so maybe that was a group or something. But they have like a taffeta satin type material as their lining inside, a couple of pieces of wool for the needles and pins. These needles are pretty old. They have a little bit of rust on them, and I'm not sure if they'll actually sew anything at this point. And it looks like somebody did a very fine blanket stitch around the edge. So that's just another example of something you could do. This was obviously stamped or something with this this logo. Have no idea what it's from. If you do and you see this video, let us know in the comments below. Okay, showing you the kit sample. So this kit is a sample of what we carry in our shop. These fabrics, this particular kit is kit number 2, and it is currently available through our Etsy store. But when you get your kit, unless you tell us what colors you would prefer in a note to us, you're going to get a random assortment of coordinated colors. So I've tried to use a lot of different embellishments and add things that someone else might like to sew with. So let's just show what we have. We have some lace, pieces of lace. I'm going to have this solid piece here for me to show off some of this trim. That's pretty neat. This is from, piece, and I'm pretty sure this might have been hand crocheted. But so you get a look at this. That looks like it's doubled over there and sewn together. Okay. Then we have some ribbon. This is some seam binding ribbon, and you could use that as a closure or another part of your book. A little piece of novelty. I think this is centimeters, possibly inches, I don't know. A little measuring tape, some ribbons, various ribbons and trim, just to add to your book. This little fun lace bow trim, some eyelet lace, pretty vintage. Then included would be another piece of trim, edging, a vintage doily, a linen napkin, something along those lines is in every kit. They just vary whatever we have available in our donation bin. And then there is a piece of the netting. You can see that, I'm not sure. That might be better. So that you can make your own little mesh pocket like I did in my book with to put in the threads or anything loose. This green piece is not included. This is just for me to help. Then there's some burlap and some small pieces of wool so that you can, again, use them for whatever you would like. Maybe another little, like a little page flip like I have in the book. One of these types of things. Then here are the fabrics, the cottons that are included in this particular kit. These are some vintage reproduction, or these are reproduction of vintage fabrics, Civil War era. So these are really nice quilt cottons. They would make a great collage. And they're all different sizes. So from that size, this size, I think this brown might be a little bigger. So there's generous sizes of fabrics in each of our kits. And then we have a couple more. We have a tone on tone here, white print. It's very loud, rusty orange color. And then another piece of plain linen. Then the base of your kit is folded in the larger pieces. That's intended for your base. So you would set up one of your either on this piece of lint, this piece, or this piece of cloth to be your base for your collage that you might build, or you just want to stitch on this. You have two bases, so one's for a lining, one's for a base. You choose. You get two large pieces of wool. You could either use the wool as pages in your book, or you could use one piece of wool as the padding that goes between the cover and the base. The cover and the lining, sorry about that. And then you would stitch those together with a blanket stitch, or they could be machine stitched. And then you would have this as your page. This could be trimmed down, and you could make smaller half pages or whatever you would like. But this is just a start. And you could make a needlebook kit that's similar to this one with all of these pieces. Then I include some coordinating embroidery floss, a couple of yo-yos that I've made with different fabrics that have been donated. We include a little selection of vintage buttons from our donation bin, and a needle, and maybe a decorative pin if we have them in our stock. This kit also comes with a little bulb pin. So that's the contents of this kit. Most of the kits are very similar. The colors may vary, but they will always be coordinated so that you will be able to make something fun to keep your sewing supplies inside. So I hope that helps with a little look through what our sewing needlebook kits come with. As I said, this is needlebook kit number 2. You have red, blue, brown, cream, and white fabrics inside. And that is $25 with free shipping in the United States. So check out the link below to see where you can purchase this kit on Etsy. Thanks for watching. Bye.